Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm back and I'm mad!
Hello. Welcome. Sadly, Jerry is in office still, so you lot will have to do with me alone tonight, I guess. But that also means we have no football interruptions. For whatever good that may be. Yes, sadly, Jerry is on duty, I might say. I guess there's something to be done in Castle OTT land. Welcome, Ralph. Oh, excuse me. And also excuse me if I feel a little bit lightheaded. I was donating blood today again, and the weather is a bit odd today with going up and down. Rumbly8, welcome to what is our little show. Yes, Demons Up, you're quite right. I need to add that to the list to be still on point, to know when that will happen. Thank you for reminding me. Duck the fuck, welcome. Now, it's safe to say Jerry's 100th episode is a bit still away. Not too far away, but a few episodes away. You still can go and look up on how many episodes he had been missing. Kenobi in 17 days. I hope the world will stay alive that long. Yeah, but on brighter things, I had been a busy little bee, and I tried to select some projects for us tonight that is a bit different from the usual. Welcome, Soap Dodger. Yes, Grim Wolf, I have seen the making of Book of Boba Fett. It was interesting, though Mr. Morrison seems at times to be a bit overemphasizing his enjoyment of the show. Or maybe it's just the way he is. This is the way. So, where do we go? There. See. So please excuse me if I'm reacting to chat very slowly. I can't see you, chat, and the project at the same time. So let me just jump over to the project. So this is One of Peace, and he's done something that I think many people have thought of before, and that is painting Risk miniatures. I never thought or knew that there actually was a Risk version with miniatures in it. All I've seen is these weird geometrical shapes from way back when, if everybody can remember, these pseudo triangles and whatnots. So having a Risk with miniatures seems interesting. Hello Dutch, no, you didn't miss anything. Jerry is taking the day off tonight. So let's just have a look-see at some of these pictures. Oh, sadly, they're very tiny. Very, very tiny. In addition to tiny miniatures, this is also a very tiny picture. Very, very tiny. Oh, God. They're almost bigger in the project. But overall, I think this is looking very nicely. I hope that this is going to be a longer running project with some more interesting pictures and maybe some information on what he actually used to paint. especially more brighter pictures, bigger pictures. And having a battle report of this one would be rather easy. Just play a game of Risk. Oh yeah, the Starlink spacecraft had been on sale for some times, Doug. The game behind it, as I understand it, isn't too bad at all, but it just never picked up like the Disney ones did for Infinity and Spyro the Dragon and whatever other game there is that uses miniatures as gaming pieces. Pete, you're having a very interesting argument there. He could be using a very tiny camera for those very tiny pictures. But then again, cameras in mobile phones are very tiny and still look decent. But then again, we all know the problems with the project system that, whatchamacallit, it's a bit off when you try to insert too big pictures. Skylanders, yes, Dutch, that's another one, Amiibos. There are interesting miniatures of that. And if I remember correctly, Sorastro used a Captain America for his Marvel Crisis Protocol gaming set as a statue, because it's very statue-like. I also have some way back there. Hold on. Of course, mine are Star Wars related. And these are rather large, so as a statue for a game of Marvel Crisis, I think they fit. Pete, I love your enthusiasm for injecting footy news. I was actually trying to figure out if there was a way to implement an RSS feed into the show just to have some kind of weird football stuff. Hey, Gare Prima. But somehow that didn't work. So yeah, getting back to the Risk most people know, very colorful plastic stuff, and making that into actual little armies. I like the idea. Also, I think this would be a more interesting game of Risk than the usual box standard Meeples version. Oh, why didn't anybody remind me I need to push the buttons on this one? Let's go. All the buttons, all in. Making terrible things work at the site. Still waiting for my first 22 achievement. All my other achievements I've got recently were 21, as most other people have. Oh, see! Ask and you'll be given. Yeah, Demon, if the site is running slower, then it could be any reason. The hamsters could be tired. It could be because I'm trying to push as many buttons as possible. It could be that Pete is trying to update his gigantic, enormous Baron's War. Or Crispin is doing something naughty in the background again. Or Horatio is doing something naughty in the background. That's also a very high possibility. Current date is 10th of May. And we need to add this to our comment list. No, I don't want to see my other achievements. Thank you very much. But yeah, interesting idea by one-off piece to have a Risk thrift store spring clean challenge. So, unless there's any objection, Penis? Penis. What are you talking about again? Yes, Jerry needs pet. No, Jerry is trying to catch some more hamsters. So this will be the next project. Oh, great, Brahma. I don't think Crispin could actually rub that shine off. And even if, it would be just more shiny. So this is Marvel Crisis Protocol Helicarrier board. I know we had another project with a similar theme, but which was a actual helicarrier, but this is quote-unquote just a board, which is maybe a bit more viable for actual playing a game and not having something that can topple over on your gaming board. By MC1 Gamer. Interesting name, never heard of it. So let's just have a quick look-see on this nice terrain. Oh, nice big pictures. And a lot of stuff is going on. I do wonder if this is a mixture of ordinary toys and perhaps some model building. Because those bomb cards do look like something that come from an actual model kit. Same the guns and the tow vehicles. And the drone. So if anybody knows that there's a whatchamacallit, those are actually official toys for Marvel, or is this just potentially a coincidence that they fit in scale so well? And of course, this time I won't forget pushing the buttons. Let's have a closer look at the bridge. See, the bridge is, let's say it's very simplistic. It does the job, but maybe add a bit more detail to it. It's rather very flat. I think you could get away with the blue windows, but maybe some cranks on the door, some patched on panels, and lines, ducts, switches on the outside, just to make it more look like a real technical working thing and not like a cardboard box with some 3D printed robotic stuffed arms on top. But then again, I guess this is still very much all work in progress, so potentially he's going to add all those things. Superstructures finished. What did he use for material? Did he say? Can we see what this is for material? I want to say plastic card, but it could also be just ordinary cardboard. Though I think cardboard would warp more. So I'm guessing this is plastic card. So he actually used model kits and stripped them off for parts, which is a very viable thing to do. Problem with model kits I find is they usually come in the wrong scaling. They are either too large or too small. As an example, for Star Wars Legion, if you go for models around the 154 scale-ish, you're quite on the money, but most model kits I can get here are either 110 or even smaller, or on 1 to 34 or something, so way too big to put on the Legion table. if you want to keep them as a complete model. Of course, you could just break them down and use them as debris, rubble, or craft your own models, but then again, I'm way too lazy to do that. And currently, the only two available things are from Revell, A-Wing in red and blue, but those are also cheap as chips. Think about 20 euros a pop, which isn't too bad. Yeah, Great Primer, I think that's the traditional way of building orc vehicles. Just take one, super glue it, and then roll them around in bits. Or just take an ordinary Space Marine tank, hit it with a hammer, put some toothpicks on it, and bish bosh done. 188 for Slave 1. Sadly, it doesn't say on the box, but I think you're roughly right. The Snowspeeder is more or less the same size of the Legion 1 at a fraction of the cost. But that's currently either not on sale or... Oh, wrong copy item. This is what happens when you distract me and there's no cherry to actually post links. So this should be better. Yes, Dandy, thank you. I've noticed. Thank you. But anyways. Did I miss anything? Greeblies, that's the word. That's, yeah, Greeblies and high panels. Maybe slap on some Legos or something. So, where's our next contestant for today's tightly scripted 30 minutes? Let's go with this one. Freedom Fighters Scum by Radagast 6. So this is a sprinkling challenge for Stargrave. And as far as I've understood this is a hodgepodge of all the things. Yeah. Kickstarter, Dead Zone, and I think there were some other things in there as well, so this is definitely something for multipass. It's a weird assortment of other miniatures. I don't think I've seen any of these before. At least that I can't recall. And then some Dead Zone figures. Yeah, and this again shows that in a figure or miniature agnostic game, your only limitation is your own mind, which, to be fair, in my case, is very, very limiting. I know that Stargrave and Frostgrave have sort of their own miniatures range, in a way, something. And I really want to use them, but I don't want to buy them because I already have so many miniatures. So, yeah. Also, still haven't been able to play myself a game of Frostgrave single player for simply the reason that I just can't get myself to do it. Yeah, Demon. That's why I'm very thankful for him to be here most of the time, because he has that knowledge. He knows his stuff. And if there ever should be something like a let's say a museum that needs a curator for miniatures, I think he'd be a very good choice, given that he's not allowed to interact with the audience. That may be problematic at times, potentially. I'm not sure if you're pulling my leg or if you're actually meaning what you're saying, Doug. I was in the UK for some time, but not that long. But my Sunday mornings consisted mostly of the what was it called? A Sunday morning cartoon show on Sky Channel, which the name eludes me, and I watched cartoons back and forth for days on end. Something the breakfast show? I know later it was the DJ Cat show on the afternoon, which, funnily enough, was hosted by a cat and a Dutch lady, Linda de Mol. And I think Dutch knows what I'm talking about. The de Mol Empire is a horrible thing of entertainment history. And even later when she came by and what's it called? A wedding show in German television, which was even more weirder. See, I knew it would provoke some reaction from Dutch if I go Linda de Mol. I really want to know what that bloody Sunday show was called. It had 2 puppets and a host. Can't remember. Holy shitballs. Well, it'll come to me when the show is over, and then. No, not the exact Big Breakfast. It was something very Fun Factory. I think it was Fun Factory. And the weird thing about that was Fun Factory is also the name of a very big disco not far from here, which is, let's say, for the masses with a rather low IQ. So, the name didn't sit well. But I think it was Fun Factory. But we're currently not here to talk about, what's it called? Sunday morning cartoon shows, even though that is a topic in and of itself. Let me give you the next project. This one. And this is a very happy Grugu. I don't know who manufactured this picture, but he should be shot. Crispin. So, since you're here, why is this project not being updated? Why? Tell us. We need to see more pictures. Crispin, talk to us. I can hear you breathe. Oh, I thought you already did get it from your brother. Have I misread the text? Oh, is your brother very far away? Oh, and I think Jerry had shown it in whatchamacallit, on the weekend at some time, I think. Let me see if I can open that link. Oh yeah, that's the one. The weird crocodile, these whatever sea creatures those were. Yep, those were those things. Well, Crispin, the spring clean challenge is nearing its end, not too far away, I think. So maybe get a hold of it. Can't you just take a bike? Public transport? I'm just kidding. I know how hard things are to be transported that are way beyond normal measurements. So just for everybody to see, this is enormous. Yeah, also this project reminded me of the Citadel COVID project that the one dude did, and we haven't seen very much new stuff on it. I really hope he's still finishing it and that we sometime get some updates on that. Yeah, Pete, I'm all with you. That is a very, very cool castle. Back when Crispin was innocent. By the look in his eyes, he wasn't innocent at that point, so he wasn't. Yeah, as Dutch said, he never was that innocent. So yeah, very much looking forward to more current and maybe some more color adjusted pictures. Though these miniatures look very much in Jerry focus. Oh look, a skeleton's giant that is only 2 times the other skeletons and not 5.5 times. He's a very naughty boy. Yes, these models are old, but let's face it, so are we. As no denying. Nope. Time does not stop for any of us. And before we start to get all cranky again because terrible youth, let's venture on into the next project. And forgive me for rubbing my nose all the day. It's springtime again, which means pollen and allergies and stuff. Ah, what a friendly face. Very handsome, friendly face. Makes me wonder, how does he shave with all those wrinkles? I have no idea. Hey, Fever Dutch, exactly. Best thing ever. So, Lord Sains. He, for some odd reason, is meddling with rule sets. I have to be honest, I tried to make heads and tails from just glancing over it because I was a bit in a hurry. I think he's trying to adapt solo rules via the means of play cards, which is interesting. Though I don't know actually how that would work. Especially if you have to use a conversion table to actually get things done. But maybe I'm just missing the actual single player rules to make it work in my head. Has anybody in the audience knowledge of this single player rules? Potentially not, but then again, it never hurts to ask. And then again, I think this is interesting. I think I will just follow this along. Even though he hasn't been doing much for the last 3 weeks. Lazy git. I really don't know why companies don't include some sort of single player option, at least as a learning point. And that's basically because if you get a new game and you don't know anything about the rules, you need at least a second person to play the game to learn the rules properly. And not everybody has that time or even friends to begin with. So I would very much appreciate if gaming companies would not only include something of a starting scenario for normal games, but something to learn the rules by themselves. Yeah, I get that a solo game mode is extra time and that therefore costs, but I don't think it would cost that much money to have some sort of stripped down version to get basic rules rolling. And that's one of the main advantages, actually, of games with, and I really hate myself for saying that, with app support. Best example that I can tell of is Star Wars Imperial Assault. You can totally play this on your own with the app because the app is your opponent. It walks you through the everything else. I think the Skyrim and the Fallout Wasteland Warfare games both have solo rules, as Modifius has done. Maybe they included those because they know the market saturation for their games isn't that wide, so getting people to play on their own, learning rules, and then sucking in other people is a better option than just trying to get people buy into their game. And yeah, if you want to infuse other people with your love for a certain game, you need to understand what's going on, because nothing brings a game more to a grinding halt, in my opinion, when you're playing and all of a sudden there's a rules question and everybody goes, I don't know what this is. We never had that. I don't know. And then you start flicking through the rule books. And rule books in themselves are at times horrible. I try to think of what game we played last, my family and I. We had 2 rule books, which we have to cross-reference all the time and go back and forth. It was... it's a nightmare. There's no index, you can't look up anything, and you have to go back and forth to find anything and information if something happens. Doug, then again, I know that Chris Birch had also made a solo games video on Fallout Waste Warfare. I can't tell you how often I tried to watch that video. He might be a very big advocate for solo games, but man, is he bad at bringing that point across. Well, anywho, shall we get back to business? I'd say yes. So I'll just leave the comment of comments at that project. Take our next project link and flush it into chat. And then go back to chat. Volvos in space. So this is the only project I included that hasn't gone that isn't a recent video for Sprinkling Challenge. Reason why I brought this one up is basically it's almost finished. And it looks good. It just needs some final touches. Shingen, get your act together, please. This would be a fantastic scenery piece for Stargrave, or Legion, or Space Hulk, or whatever sci-fi game you want to play. So let's just jump to the very start. Oh no, not that way. That way. This is a 3D model, mind you, that he purchased. And you know my stance on 3D models, so let's just ignore that for the time being. This looks pretty much like a... I want to say a ripoff of the Star Wars Razor Crest, but I know that this design had been around longer because I remember the Kickstarter for this one. This one is actually older. And he printed it in such a way that he has at least 3 playable decks. And he is almost done painting. He painted the exterior. Let's just have a look, see where is the... where is it? Hold on. Stay with me. Don't run away. Just look at the amount of work he's putting into this. The outside alone is very nicely done. You can barely see any print lines. Panel lining is very nice. Little details like these stickers, markers, warning signs. The little lady in the front that we can't see even added a Volvo logo for shits and giggles. It's lovely done. And then he decides to do the inside. Will you get that, but you bloody hell thing? And this is also a very nice looking interior. Getting all these yellow warning label thingamajigs on the floor panels, the warning signs everywhere else, it's just... that takes some time to get them right. And this is the lowest deck, so there's 2 more decks to go. And just look at it. The amount of work he's put in this. That's just... why isn't that finished? He needs to finish this project. Oh, there he is. Shingen, tell me, why isn't it... why did you stop? Please don't tell me your cat threw it off the shelf or somebody stole it or you just burned it because you couldn't be bothered to do anymore. And just to be sure that we all remember that I was here, Kilroy was here. There it is. His kids got hold of it. Crispin, are you by any chance referring to that poor child that has been probably buried somewhere now, that has opened up all of his dad's Hot Wheels cars? Yeah. It waits for its turn, says Shingen. Well, we're waiting patiently. after 8 other projects or so. He says 8 projects. Let's see. Well, the counter on the OTT store says you only have 6 projects. Yes. Where is it? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there it is. As Dutch said. Oh, hold on. Wrong level. I put the wrong level. Where did that?
Get on with it. Yes, get on.
Again.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Get on with
So, yeah. One more thing.
Lies! Deceptions! Every day, more lies.
Finally made it. Demonetized. Why should I be demonetized? The 3 seconds Monty Python always works. Yes, Derry needs to look at the unpublished ones and then be totally annoyed that he can't share them because they're not public. What clip? This one?
Lies! Deceptions! Every day, more lies.
That is Rogue One. That's this scene when Saw Gerrera comes to the Imperial ex-pilot that tries to bring him some information. Lies! Deceptions! Every more lies! Don't be also kudos Shingen for using the term Volvo in space because it really is a solid carved piece of steel. Oh man. Oh, that's because that scene isn't that long. It's much longer. I was under the impression too that it was a very short scene going lies, deception, every day more lies, but in fact, he comes and says lies, and then does 3 steps. Deception, and I think a minute or 2 later, he comes with every day more lies. So it's actually a longer scene. I had cut down. Hello, Tuffy. I won't even go near that. So, unless anybody has any interesting question that needs to be asked, I will cut this one short today. Because I'm not really feeling much. Except my back. And that's killing me. Too late, Dutch. Too late, Rumbly. Not going to answer any of those questions. Another Baron's War Kickstarter in 2 days for Panzer Kaputt. So, yeah. 42, Tuffy. As Dutch says. That's I know you know that. And also, I'm still hoping for my botward to arrive, just to make this very clear. And as I've stated more than once now, when that box arrives, I will make an unboxing video. And I will milk that box for contents that is in there. No, not botwar. I'm not Crispin. Yes, so that is correct. Lana, if that box has any missing bits, I will be properly annoyed. let's face it, just to have you all on the same page now. When the box eventually arrives at my place, it has been around the world almost 2 times. If at that point anything is missing, I'm going to go bananas. I'm going to go real mental. And then I will make a video about it. Oh no, I won't make a video about it. I will contact Matt very nicely. And then I'm pretty sure he will do what he can to remedy that thing. No, Pete, I think bot war doesn't go via landline over Ukraine. Hold on, you bet there will be a live unboxing. You bet there will. I'm not saying at what time or in what mental state I'll be in, but there will be a live unboxing. And it will be glorious in one way or the other. And with that said, I thank all for you sticking around, even though the main attraction of the evening is sadly missing. I hope he'll be back with us next week and doesn't overwork himself. So, you lot, thanks for being there. You lot on YouTube, thanks for watching. If you got anything to add, comments down below, message me on Tabletop, or just go and watch, join my forum. Link also in the description of the YouTube video, that is. See you a lot next week. Bye!